Hey everybody, and so I want to share with you an idea that I came across on Zoom just the other day. I was working with a colleague and we wanted to create something just like this, where we're creating a chip kit board for phonics and spelling practice. So as you can see, we have these little chips that we're going to put on here to practice sounding out consonants and vowels. You'll notice that we also have this chart right here that we can practice placing each vocabulary word into the proper either prefix or suffix. And then right here we have an activity where they can spell their own words by listening to this. So how exactly did I create this? Well, first thing that you want to do is create your own Jamboard. So if you're not familiar with Jamboard, you can simply go to jamboard.google.com. The next thing you'll do is you'll just click this plus sign to create your jam. Now, there is a new feature on Jamboard that was just unleashed not too long ago where you can set a background that is custom built. Okay, and that's exactly what we did right here. Is this is not able to be moved, which is helpful when you're trying to reduce distractions for your students. How I did that is I just went right in here. This is a Google drawing. Okay, so I went into Google Drawings to create my backgrounds. Have the canvas here, and I went up to insert and then table, and then I put together a 6x1 table. This is my table down here. I'm just going to highlight the whole entire thing because I want to change the lines to black, and I want to change them to maybe 8 points. And then a good tip for you is to simply put your cursor in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner, or even the bottom corners of this box right here. Let me just do this. And let me hit undo. There we go. Now what will happen is my table becomes tall enough and wide enough to put some of these chips in. And so I can move my table simply by just clicking off of the table and then putting my cursor back on so that it becomes a crosshair here, just like that, and I can move it up. Next thing you want to do is change your background. So I'm going to go right here, change my background. I'm just going to change it to a white background. What I have is now I have right here where I'm going to download it. So you want to download this as a JPEG or a PNG file. So we'll do that right there. And then we'll go right on into our Jamboard and go right here to the set background and then click right here where it says image. And because I'm in Google Chrome, I can just drag and drop my image here that I created. And check this out. It'll place it right in here and I can't move anything. So the next part was, how did I get the chips? So the chips that are able to be moved so that you can practice your consonants and vowel sounds. Well, what we did is we also went into Google Drawings and we had a canvas just like so. We went in and we drew a shape. So we drew a circle and I made it the entire dimensions of the canvas here. And if you go in the bottom right-hand corner of any Google Drawings, you can shift this over so that it will fit onto your canvas. This is going to be important when you're moving around the shapes because you don't want too much white space. We went here and we changed the color. And then once again, we went in and downloaded this as a JPEG or a PNG file. Now, the difference is that when we went back to our Jamboard, we went here to add an image. When you add anything on the bar right over here, this toolbar, this will allow you to interact with the Jamboard. So this item, I'm just going to go ahead and pop on here. I'm going to go place it in here. I need to decrease the size. Okay, so I'm just going to go in the corner. I'm going to decrease the size. I'm going to make sure that it's big enough to fit in the box, but I'm also going to duplicate it. And you'll notice that I can duplicate it just like this. We did the same thing where we went into our drawing and we just changed the color from blue to red for vowel sounds. And then we downloaded that again and we put it in the Jamboard. So that was how we put together this part right here. Okay, so then we had this other section where students would practice putting the word, whether had its prefix as QU or it had a suffix or an ending with an X. Okay, so you'll notice that I use these. These are Post-it notes here. And this table, once again, you can't move. Now, you could draw your own shapes on Jamboard, just like so. So I can go ahead and I could draw this. But the problem is that students could come in and they could delete this. Or you can go in and you could actually just hit clear board, and that's going to clear everything off the frame. Okay, so we don't want to do that either, because that could create some problems. So what we can do then is go into Google Drawings once again, and I just drew 3 boxes. I can add my text if I'd like, and I can go in and I can add drawings or pictures simply by going up to Insert, Image, and doing a search from the web. Once again, I go right up here and I download as a JPEG or a PNG, and I go right into a new slide right here. So I'm going to hit this, a new frame, and I'm going to set the background, and I'm going to click right here on Image. All right, that's how you upload that particular content. Now, how do we get this to students? That was the other thing. How do we get it to students? Well, it's real simple. You can go right into Google Classroom and add this Jamboard to Google Classroom. So I'm going to go into a sample class that I have here, and I'm going to create a brand new assignment, and we're going to call this Chip Kit. Okay. Now, when I go into Google Classroom and I choose Add to Google Drive, you'll notice that I need to find that particular file, which is right here, and I'm going to choose Insert. And this is huge right here. So if I click on this item over on the right-hand side where students can view file, students can edit file, or make a copy for each student, this is going to give students a different interaction with content depending on what I choose. So if it's view only, they can't do anything. If it's students can edit the file, that means everybody's editing the same file, which you might want to do in some circumstances, but I think it might be better to do this, make a copy for each student. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and hit Assign. Now, the perfect part of this is that when you have students that are in your class and they're interacting with the Jamboard, you as a teacher can go right into your assignment in Google Classroom, okay? And let me see this. You will see a thumbnail preview of that student's Jamboard once they open it up. You'll see it right here. You can even open it up and see what they're doing. So it gives an interactive experience, much like Class Kick and tools like that. It allows you to do that. So once again, that's how you would create a chipboard on Jamboard. However, you could do this with a variety of different tools, and it all starts with using Google Drawings for your background and then uploading that custom background to Jamboard.